Fight Night, only on DAZN.
The last time I fought on New Zealand soil was about 3.5 years ago, and I've developed so much since then. I'm a completely different animal. Letting people know my intentions in the cruiserweight division, that's just a step towards that goal, you know. I need to let people know why I'm here.
Hands on that, hold it, good.
This feels like a big deal, man. This feels really, really special.
Not only is he one of the most talented boxers that I've seen, but he's also one of the hardest workers.
I feel like I've got the right team behind me to slingshot me into the galaxy, man. We're going to go all the way.
We see that David can emulate what Joseph Parker's done and bring another world championship here to New Zealand.
David, the nice guy, Nyika!
In a sport like boxing, I totally believe that the nice guy can win. The nice guy can finish first, for sure. The statement I need to make on September 14th is one of complete dominance. I need to make the fight happen. I just have to be a monster on the night.
Welcome into the Viaduct Event Centre here in Auckland, New Zealand. This is where David Nyika's road to the title begins against Tommy Karpency as he begins his journey towards the cruiserweight title. A very good evening to all of our DAZN viewers, wherever you're watching from around the world, for DAZN's very first broadcast out of New Zealand. My name is Andrew Gordy. I'll be your host for this evening, accompanied by two wonderful men this evening across the Tasman. Danny Green joins us. Great to have you here, Danny, and one of the other nice guys of New Zealand boxing, Junior Farr. Great to have you with us, lads. We'll hear a lot more from these men throughout the evening. Let's take a look at what we've got coming up for you tonight. 9 fights in all, starting off with an amateur bout, Fiston Iradikunda taking on Boston Fuge. And then there's a bit of Hollywood stardom about Rakaya Warren, the boy from Rotorua. More on that later. And then a women's heavyweight bout, Gina Fabian on debut against Trish Vaka. Then our pay-per-view audience joins us. We've got so much more action on the way, a number of cracking heavyweight bouts for you. Very much looking forward to seeing Alex Leopi Jr. So much hype about this man. And of course, former All Black Liam Messam as well, getting into the ring against Nick the Greek Charalampus. And then of course, we're building up to the big one. David Nyika against Tommy Karpency for the IBF Intercontinental Cruiserweight title. Coming up for you, our fighters are ready to go for the first fight of the night. Let's head into the ring with Lieutenant Dan Hennessy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our first bout of the evening. This is the curtain raiser. It is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds of amateur middleweight boxing action. It is brought to you by Lumo. Introducing first, making his way to the red corner, this is Boston Fuge. And his opponent, making his way to the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, this is Fiston Iradikunda.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she try and bless me like I said I chew, like a sneeze. Please for them trick and squeeze, I'm getting cream. Never let them get in between of what we started. Look, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck and they hated when I departed. I go and get it regardless. Draw like I'm an artist, no crawling, went straight to walking with foreigns in my garages of foreign menagerie. Sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get him, I got him.
Well, here we go, our first night of the fight. Two outstanding young 18-year-olds, Iradikunda versus Fiston Fuge. This is a great start for these young people. Let's have a look at Iradikunda. He is the shorter of the two fighters, has a significant reach disadvantage. And Boston Fuge has a significant
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
advantage.
this bout is scheduled for three 3-minute rounds of amateur middleweight boxing action. It is presented by Lumo. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks with white trim, weighing in at 74 kilograms even. Hailing and residing in Lower Hutt, New Zealand, he is trained by David Graham, representing Nay Nay Boxing Academy. He has 12 amateur fights with 7 wins, 5 losses. Introducing Boston Fuge. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, enters the ring wearing blue trunks with white trim. He weighed in at 74.3 kilograms. Hailing and residing in Auckland, New Zealand, he is trained by Matt Gray, representing West City Boxing. He has 4 amateur fights with 3 wins and 1 loss. 2 big wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Fiston Iradikunda. Fighters from the center ring, please, for your referee Paul McSherry's instructions.
All right, men. You're both wearing the headgear, but make sure you look after where you're putting your heads, all right? Don't break any rules, touch them up. Thank you.
Round 1.
Well, here we go. First amateur fight of the evening. What a way to start it off, Danny Green. A couple of amateurs on such a big card, just 18 years of age, and such a magnificent venue here at the Viaduct Event Centre.
Yeah, big stage for him, big occasion. You know, he'd be full of nerves. It's you know, way different to what he's normally used to. So let's see how he handles the pressure, how both these fellas handle the pressure.
Iradikunda seems to have a little bit of weight in his shots. Obviously, he's a lot shorter. He's just 5'8" against 6'1", and he wants to get on the inside and do his work with fast hands to the body and head.
Yeah, Iradikunda's thrown some really nice body shots to start with earlier, Mike, as you said there, followed up with a nice left hand.
Interesting, both of these two southpaws as well, so neither of them will have that southpaw advantage they used to. Iradikunda really going to work on the body, digging that left hook to the liver.
Yeah, he's landing some really clean shots earlier. It may be a problem for Fuge if he doesn't, you know, stem the flow against the body, because it's gonna take his gas.
Just slapping with his shots, Fuge and Iradikunda just walking in, not a lot coming back in return. Both of them breathing a little heavy. This is 3 threes, amateur rules, obviously with the headgear.
Oh, another liver shot there from Iradikunda. It's going to take its toll. Fuge is going to want to have to, he's going to have to cover up. He's got to do something about that, because he can't just keep wearing those assaults.
Doubled up with the right hook to the head for the first time. He's varying the body shots too. He's going around the sides, and when the gaps open up, he's going right in the middle. And there's another right hook to the solar plex there from Iradikunda. He is the shorter of the two. Fighting out of the blue corner, Boston Fuge, the Wellingtonian, taller of the two.
Yeah, if I was his coach in between rounds, I'd be telling him to keep him off, try and keep his range and use that long jab he's got, but his right hand's very low. It's going to open up a shot for Iradikunda if he wants to come over the top.
Particularly
like
there it was, just there, particularly with the left hand. Again, most southpaws are used to having that lead hand up and high against a righty, but they've lost that advantage.
Fuge finally landed that straight left of his. It was a good shot. He caught him coming in. It was a nice shot. He's got to throw more of those.
He just doesn't have a lot of authority on that lead right hand from the southpaw stance, trying to double up with the hook off it, but Iradikunda just pressuring him. He's getting on the inside, not giving him any room to leverage his height effectively.
Mike, this isn't really an amateur fight as far as the amateur system style goes. These guys are letting him go. It's a really entertaining fight. A lot of times now we see the amateurs, they just want to score points. These blokes want to hurt each other.
It's quite interesting, really. Iradikunda already, just in his third fight, exhibiting a bit more of a professional style. He really wants to get in there, and he puts his weight on his shots.
Yeah, he's put him together nicely. Very good round.
Well, there we go. That is the end of the first round. As the two 18-year-olds walk back to their corner. Boston Fuge, the man from Wellington, in the red corner. And Fiston Radukunda, who was dominant in the first round with double-fisted combinations to the body and head.
Yeah, he had the much better round there, Radukunda. He scored a lot of body shots, and he scored over the top with that left hand a couple of times. Fuge just took too long to get going. He did land one nice clean shot. He landed a few shots, but he's got to pick up his work rate.
Heading into this the second round, what does Fuge needs to do to keep the shorter fighter off him?
Well, he's got to try and bring him onto shots. He's got to walk him on and bring him on with crisp shots. Not so much hard, just crisp shots to then stop him from coming in and just having his own way. And he's got to start employing the uppercut.
David Graham, the head coach of the 99 Boxing Academy, giving final instructions to Boston Fuge as he comes out of his corner for the second round. Straight back to work, though, for Radukunda, really digging that left hand to the body.
He started again inside. He's just worked his way inside relatively very easily with not much coming back from Fuge.
Just not a lot on the left hand, not enough authority to keep Radukunda off him, and he's just, there's nothing to deter him from coming in. He's basically walking in, getting inside the mid-range, and just able to tee off without too much danger. A little better from Fuge there. He tried to get that lead hand off, caught him with the left hand coming in.
As you can see, mate, he's landing frequently with that left hand to the liver of Fuge, and Fuge is now starting to bring down his right wing to protect it, which is going to open up the hook over the top.
Yeah, we've already seen him go close a couple of times, just looping that left hand over the top. Fuge just landing a little bit more frequently now. Radukunda maybe slowing down a bit. He's just caught at the edge of range slightly more. Still doing the work on the inside and landing the heavier shots, but Fuge just showing a few nice skills there.
Yeah, throwing him off there. He's actually having a much better round. He's letting his shots go. He realises he can't just wait. Radukunda has got a very good work rate so far.
Yeah, he's also very new in his amateur career. This is just,
nice
there's a big left hand from Radukunda and goes straight back downstairs, looking for the right hook over top, little shoe shine. But he's had a couple of knockouts early in his amateur career. He may just need to learn how to mix a bit of light and shade with his punches so he doesn't lose the gas.
Mike, for a guy who's only had 3 fights, he's showing a lot of potential. He's showing a guy who's throwing shots and a work rate of a guy who's had a lot more experience.
Yeah, very much so, and against a guy who's had 3 times the number of fights. So this is a good showing from him. Fuge trying to get that lead hand to work, keeping his punches much longer. Still eating a lot of shots to the body, but Radukunda now starting to get caught by counter shots on the inside.
Yeah.
As he tires, his arms are getting a little bit wider as well. A little bit more of that skill there we're seeing from the more experienced fighter, tying him up.
Yeah, just a bit more experience. He's got a bit, runs on the board as far as the amount of fights he's had, but he's got to be hitting him crisp when he comes in.
Really still winging that left hand to the body, though, and you can see that left hand of Fuge just dropped a little significantly. That mouth guard's a problem.
It hasn't been hit out. It's just falling out. I don't think it's not made properly. I think, by the looks of it.
The old boil and bite from the chemist, mate. Remember those days?
I do, mate. I do.
All right, here we go. We're just coming to the end of the second round. Big winding shots from Fuge. He's now starting to wind up and land. There's a bit of claret coming out of the nose of Radukunda as he fires back on the inside.
Oh, big left hand by Radukunda. It's been a really good last 20 seconds for both fellas.
Yeah, they're really going for it. Be interesting to see how the gas tank lasts as we head into the third round.
Just at the end of the round there, Radukunda landed a beautiful left hand to the bread box of Fuge. They hurt.
Radukunda, if you look at him in that corner, he looks to be feeling it. Fuge, very quick in his recovery, pretty composed in the corner with David Graham there.
You get some action there. There's the liver shots we spoke about, and they take their toll, Mike. As you know, mate, they're worse than a headshot because there's another one. They sting and they take your gas.
Definitely a better round for Fuge, though. He started landing more at range and he started throwing punches in volleys, which seemed to work for him. In particular, that long left hand and the right hook landed with frequency. Isaac Peach in the corner there, of course, Jerome Pamplone and Andre Mikhailovic's trainer, both world rated.
And I want a nice tight go.
Both fellas sitting over there watching on intently.
Single shot. Take your time.
Third and final round underway. Fiston Radikunda, the young man, 18 years old, 5'8". He's fighting out of the blue corner. And Boston Fuge staged a comeback of sorts in the second round, and he needed to because Radikunda just comes relentlessly forward. And I think that's the fourth time that mouthguard's come out.
Geez, he had a really strong start. He landed 2 or 3 very solid shots. He just came out of the gun, so he wants to make a statement in this fight, Mike.
Well, Gum Shield's back in. Oh, little short half uppercut. I haven't seen that punch in a little while.
He's digging very hard to the body, Radikunda.
Yeah, just like to see him with the overhand right. He's just slapping with it. I'd just like to see him shorten it up a little bit, tip the elbow over. Fuge
Nice
firing
work
back
in there
now,
by
both
Fuge.
boys.
Comes back again to Radikunda with some beautiful body work.
This is a great way to start the night. Almost a professional style fight from a couple of amateurs to kick us off.
Yeah, it's a great start to the night, Mike. These blokes are really getting the crowd excited.
Fuge still could do better, just putting a bit more authority on his lead hand. Particularly now that Radakunda's tired, you can see he's got plenty of blood coming out of his nose.
He's gassing hard, but this is where Fuge's experience is going to come to the fore. Bang, beautiful left hand there by Fuge.
Yeah, and you can see Fuge is now starting to come into his own. He can smell blood, literally.
I thought he put a count in there. Wow.
Referee Paul McSherry just started them up again. Boston Fuge coming on strong, but just ate another body shot there.
Fuge really needs to step it up here. He's got 1 minute left. He has an opportunity because Radikunda is gassing.
Yeah, and he's getting caught far more frequently at the edge of range, struggling to explode in. Again, Fuge with a little more skills on the inside in terms of tying his man up.
He's a tough kid, Fuge, but he's just got to learn to move his head a lot more. Doesn't move his head very much on the outside.
Oh, that was a beautiful left rip to the solar plex. I think Radikunda felt that.
Oh.
Both of them now 30 seconds to go in the third and final. High-paced fight. Great start to the night here at Viaduct Event Centre. Really whet the crowd's appetite. This is our first fight of the night on the David Nyika road to the title.
10 seconds. Oh, good jab there by Radikunda. Some really nice body work to finish off with.
Real solid sledgehammer jab there. And a big left hand. In these close rounds like this kind of work can steal the round as well. I think that was an attempted touch of gloves. Protect yourselves at all time.
There goes his mouth guard again. It looks like the time should be up. The time's gone.
We just heard the clacker going, the 10-second clacker. Paul McSherry just signalling to the timekeepers. Pretty sure the bell will be coming shortly.
Oh,
bombs away.
He's very keen on me. Oh, landed a beautiful left hand there. Great fight, fellas.
That is a very good spirited scrap to start things off, Danny Green. As we head to the cards, it's so much to look forward to tonight too. Obviously we've got David Nyika and Tom Karpency. They managed to find that southpaw on short notice when Blake Caporello pulled out. and Repeat or Revenge, Hemi, Ahio and Django. Let's have a look at the action here from these boys who really threw it in the third and final.
Yeah, this was a really, really entertaining bout. For two young amateur fighters with limited experience, they really showed some ticker and showed a lot of skill. I really like the way the Radakunda goes to the body there, throwing a beautiful overhand left. He scored frequently with it, and you know, Fuse has got a bit of work to do on moving his head on the outside. He's a big, tall, tough kid. He's got a good style, but he's just got to work on moving that head and using his reach to advantage. He didn't use it this fight, Mike.
Yeah, just not quite the authority on his lead hand that you'd expect. Be interesting to see these boys when they're both fighting a conventional fighter again, because often two southpaws against each other, they're a little confused for a moment.
Well, they're so used to sparring and fighting orthodox fighters because there's not as many southpaws out there.
All right, let's head across to the cards and see what the judges have come up with.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have a round of applause for these two 18-year-old warriors? After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision where we find a unanimous decision winner. For your winner, fighting out of the blue corner, Fiston Iradukunda.
Grind like this, so I had to grind like that and shine like this in the matter of time I spent locked up in the back of the pan cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares control.
Congratulations, what an amazing way to start the card tonight. How does it feel for you as an 18-year-old to be on such a big show so early in your career?
Oh, it's very, adrenaline rushing in, but it's fun. It was good fun. Could have, fixed on my mouth guard, but, it was good.
Yeah, what was going on with your mouth guard?
I got a bad mouth guard, that's what it is. I need a new one.
So what was going through your mind in the last round? Boston definitely came back. Did you feel like you were going to get your hand raised?
I don't know, it felt like a very even matchup, so it felt good, but I knew that I had to dig deep for that last 5 seconds after my mouth guard dropped because I knew I needed to get that point back.
Well, congratulations, an amazing way to start the card.
Oh, thank you. By the way, if anyone wants to sponsor West City, I'm here, I'm your guy. But yeah, thank you for the opportunity, it means a lot. It's pretty rare to have an event like this on, so I want to thank you guys.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Fiston Iradukunda.
So there you go, an amateur fight to start the night. Nothing amateur about that. A very entertaining start to the night here at the Viaduct Event Centre. A reminder, you are watching on DAZN, the global home of boxing. Don't forget, if you want to watch David Nyika versus Tommy Karpency, the road to the title presented by Monica Doctor, make sure you head to DAZN.com and subscribe to the pay-per-view. Our next fighters are ready to go. Let's head into the ring with Lieutenant Dan Hennessy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the next bout of the evening. This fight is scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds of professional super middleweight boxing. It is presented by Radio Hierarchy. Introducing first, making his way to the red corner, here is Dylan Wright.
This is a super middleweight bout. Dylan Wright, the man in the black shorts with the Irish flag on his shorts, making his way to the ring. Trained by Chad Mills out of the Foundry Boxing Club. And Danny, these older guys, these more experienced fighters, have actually now got a little bit in front of them after those young 18-year-olds put on such a good show so early in the card.
Mike, that was an outstanding fight, particularly for amateur fighters with such limited experience. You know, Boston Hughes is going to learn a lot from that fight. I really like the kid. He's a tough guy. He showed a lot of pluck, a lot of courage. Another young fellow, Radikunda, what a great young man, and he's got a big future as well. I really liked his style, and his interview was fantastic. What a beautiful young guy, and as tough as they come. It was a great fight to start with. So these boys, they were going to have to turn it on to eclipse that, which is a great start.
Great to see the teenagers throwing down the gauntlet. Dylan Wright makes his way into the red corner.
And his opponent making his way to the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ricardo Warren.
Ricardo Warren, he will be the taller of the two fighters. Looked in superb nick yesterday in the weigh-in. He hails from Rotorua, New Zealand. His coach, George Hooney, and he trains at the Roda Vegas boxing gym. And a little touch of flash there, Danny.
Yeah, looks slick, mate. Look good, feel good, fight good, mate. He looks good. He's in superb physical condition. You know, his opponent, Dylan Wright, his record's 3-9, but, you know, anyone who gets hit in the chin, man, it doesn't matter what your record is. Once you get hit in the chin and you hurt, it can be lights out. So I expect this to be a very decent fight, considering Ricardo's limited experience as a professional 2-0, but he's a flash young guy, man. I'm looking to see some impressive performance here.
And so relaxed yesterday at the weigh-in, and he looks equally relaxed, though a little focused today. And of course, anyone who gets hit on the chin, just ask Roy Jones Jr. early in the fight.
Yeah, can happen to the best of them, mate.
Exactly, buddy.
Man, I like his jacket. Looks mad.
All right, let's have a look at how they shape up. Wright is the older of the two. He is shorter, and he has a significant reach advantage. The experience, of course, going in favour of Wright, but he is 3-9. Ricardo Warren
Once
yet
again,
to
ladies
lose.
and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds of professional super middleweight boxing action. It is presented by Radio Hierarchy. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks with white trim, weighing in at 76.2 kilograms. He hails and resides in Auckland, New Zealand, trained by Chad Milne, representing the Foundry Boxing Club. He has 12 professional fights with 3 wins, 9 losses. Introducing Dylan Wright. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, enters the ring wearing black trunks with white tassels, weighing in at 75.6 kilograms. Hailing and residing in Rotorua, New Zealand, he is trained by George Hooney, representing Roda Vegas Boxing Gym. He has 2 professional fights with 2 wins, 1 big win coming by way of knockout. Introducing Ricardo Warren! Fighters to the center ring, please, for the Rebel John Conway's instructions.
Fighters both must be able to protect yourselves throughout the fight, listening to my instructions. When I call break, stop throwing, step away from each other before you box again. Fighters, shake them up, touch gloves, back in the corner, out of the bell.
Third man in centre ring, John the Rebel Conway. Ricardo Warren coming out of the blue corner. He has the height advantage, and I think the stats were a little bit off. He looks to have the reach advantage as well over Dylan Wright, the man in the red Everlast gloves. Black shorts with the Irish flag.
He looks like he's blowing up pretty big after the weigh-in too. Ricardo looks very solid. He's filled right out. He starts hard and fast.
Both boys just straight on the front foot, leading with hooks.
Nice jab there. 1-2-1 combination. Beautiful shot there by Ricardo.
Like the way he just turned off their little head control, turned him off, was looking for the opportunity after the break. Really digs to the liver.
Well, nice shot.
And there it goes. That one to the solar plex.
That's it.
Dylan Wright does not look like he is going to get up. Ricardo Warren
Fantastic
started
shot.
off like a house on fire. He ripped to the body. He ripped for the solar plex, and that's all she wrote.
That was a beautiful two-shot combination. The one in the solar plexus people don't realise, man, they hurt, and it incapacitates you, which it has done. It was a beautiful shot.
Yeah, and the great thing that he did too, he went down to the body, he went down to the liver around the outside earlier, then he brought the left hand back up the middle, and just very, very well educated. Just his third professional fight, not a bad option.
Man, he was looking to do that. You could just tell when he came out with intent to begin with. That's the first. That's really like after 5 or 6 seconds that shot. Bang!
And there we see that shot right on the belt line.
He gets there, fires up there, and whoompa, there it is there. That's a magic shot. It just takes all your wind, it takes all your gas, and it feels like someone stabbed you with a knife.
What I liked about that, sir, is you can just see him. He just turned the corner to. He was almost switched into a southpaw as he just 90-degree angle change to find that angle. Beautiful.
He's been watching Lomachenko, mate. Beautiful angle change, as you said there, Mike, and that was a really, really impressive performance.
All right, well, the gauntlet was thrown down by the 18-year-olds, and Rakaya Warren has delivered KO inside the first 30 seconds of round 1 in our second professional bout of the evening. And for those of you who are watching around the world, first time DAZN has broadcast here in New Zealand. DAZN, of course, the global home of boxing.
Dylan
Fighters to the center ring,
obviously
please.
Disappointed there, mate, but can't do much about it. Once you get stung with those shots, Mike, it's game over.
Yeah, it's you don't know unless you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes with just 22 seconds into round number 1. Your winner by knockout, fighting out of the blue corner, Rakaya Warren.
Now, I know the goal is always to get them out there as quick as you can, but wow, what a way to make a statement.
First of all, I want to say all glory to God. You know, again, thanks to my coaches and my mother out there in the crowd. She's my #1 fan, and I love her. But apart from that, yeah, the goal is always to get an early night. I don't think it'll be that early, but again, I don't know my power with those 10-ounce gloves on. I've never been hit with those 10-ounce gloves by my own power. And that wasn't even my hardest punch, so I was waiting to set it up. But again, thank you to Dylan. You know, really appreciate it. I know he's a strong, tough fighter, and we came in expecting a strong, tough fight. But you know, it is what it is, and very grateful for also Duco for having me on this show.
And so I saw that your whānau over there did a haka tautoko for you. What does it mean to have your family here supporting you on a night like this?
For me, family is everything. You know, I don't have friends, I don't have any of that, I only have family. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, an epic KO, Rakaya Warren. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Well, wherever you are watching on DAZN right around the world, you've got to be impressed by that. Junior Farr and Danny Green have been watching that alongside us. Rakaya Warren, remember the name. My goodness me, he said he wanted an early night tonight. 22 seconds into the first round. This man has certainly announced himself to the World Junior. Talk us through this.
He done what he was supposed to do. He set him up, he got his attention on one side of the body, and he switched over to the other side and dug in with that left, all right there, right on the solar plexus.
Danny, I think every single person in the room felt that, didn't they?
It was a magic shot, and Junior, you know, as you know, once you get hit in the bread box like that, right on the solar plexus, it was a shot that the trajectory was moving upwards. It is so debilitating, and that was a magic performance. He landed a clean shot.
100%.
Certainly a lot of hype about this young man out of Rotorua, Rakaya Warren. As I say, remember the name. He's got a bit of Hollywood about this guy, hasn't he? He's actually managed by none other than Cliff Curtis.
Right. Oh, man, he definitely looked the part because he came out with a stunning jacket, man, and he looked the part and he performed. Man, you couldn't ask for anything more. Superstar in the making, I think.
Oh, he looks slick and he fought slick. From the get-go, his intention was to get that guy out of there quick. Couldn't have done a better job tonight.
He's only had 3 fights, 3 professional fights coming into this one, Junior. What sort of career do you think Rakaya Warren has ahead of him?
I think he's got a very, very promising career. I mean, because he plays everything right. He came out flash, confident, and his first 2 punches were just 2 left hooks, right?
He backed it up too. He backed it up and he looked good, but he also, I noticed from the weigh-in yesterday, he really blew up in size. Like, he went big, so he's going to have a real advantage. His height and reach is a big advantage to begin with, but because if he can continue making that weight for a while, he blows up pretty big. He's got that size and strength advantage. He's got a bright future.
And Danny, we saw a real taste of New Zealand right after the fight there. A little haka ringside. Little treat for you. What did you make of that?
I can't get enough of the haka. It's the best. I love seeing it. It's magic.
It's fantastic stuff. Just a reminder, folks, we've got plenty more action coming up for you over the course of the evening. If you want to watch the big one, though, David Nyika coming up against Tommy Karpency, of course, with the titles on the line, make sure you head to DAZN.com, DAZN.com. Make sure you subscribe to the pay-per-view so you can catch all the action we've got coming up for you tonight. We are just about set for our next fight. We've got plenty coming up for you, though. This next one, guys, is a women's heavyweight clash. I'm interested to see this one. We've got Gina Fabian on debut. She's got a Muay Thai background, Junior. What can you tell us about Gina?
Gina is a great, skilled, elite type of fighter. She has been around the fight game for a very long time, performing well in MMA and Muay Thai. So I myself am expecting quite a lot from her because she is very well experienced, but her opponent is a very, very game opponent. So I'm expecting this to be a tough fight somewhat, but I'm expecting Gina to, pull through.
Absolutely. And Danny, just from your perspective, obviously a mixed martial arts background, how much of a hindrance or a help can that be when you're stepping into professional boxing? I think I heard Gina say yesterday, you've only got 2 weapons instead of 8.
Well, I look at it as an advantage because she's been in a combat sport of a different kind. So she's used to the nerves, the adrenaline rush before she comes out to compete. Women's combat sport has come so far in all disciplines. And I'm really looking forward to seeing her showcase what she's got tonight in the sport of boxing.
It's fantastic. What an event we've got on here tonight. The crowd is pretty much all in here in full voice. There you go. There's the Auckland Mayor, Wayne Brown, tucking into his dinner tonight. He is going to be one of a number of familiar faces here at the Viaduct Event Centre here tonight, taking in all the action. We are just about ready to go for our 3rd fight of the evening. The fighters are indeed ready. Let's head into the ring with Lieutenant Dan Hennessy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the next bout of the evening. This bout is scheduled for 4 2-minute rounds of professional female heavyweight boxing action. It is brought to you by Sky City. Introducing first, making her way to the red corner, this is Trish Vaca.
Well, here she is, it's Trish Vaca. She is a road warrior. She's far better than her record suggests. Originally trained by New Zealand's original women's world champion, Daniela Smith. Now training at a Kaikohe, New Zealand, Grant Komeni in her corner. She's an inside fighter. She'll try and wail away to the body, double up with her right hand against the very tall, sophisticated southpaw in Gina Fabian. Well, so far, Danny, pretty good start for our night. The crowd's been treated, and now we've got 2 women on the card, and it's great to see women's fight getting more and more exposure as we go on. Of course, Gina Fabian, her opponent, former world champion kickboxer, professional MMA fighter, and she just missed out on Olympic qualification as an amateur boxer as well, so she's got a pedigree.
Women's combat sport has just come so far, Micah. It's really progressed, and I think we're going to see that tonight, and having a former champion in Gina Fabian crossing over now to the sport of boxing and against, Trish, who's had quite a bit of experience in boxing, hasn't had a great deal of success, but she's got the experience, so it's going to test Gina and see what she's got in the sport of boxing. But I'm really impressed with women's combat sport in general across all disciplines.
Yeah, as I said, record's a little bit deceptive. She's been in some very close fights. She always makes it ugly, and she's a bit of a dog in the fight. She'll really bite down on the mouth guard and push you.
She's a road warrior, mate. She's a junkyard dog, and boxing is littered with people like this who will give anyone a very difficult fight. I really have a great deal of respect for ladies like this.
And her opponent making her way to the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jenna Fabian!
Well, here you go, Jenna Fabian. She was originally a sprinter for New Zealand, converted to Muay Thai, made her way, eventually won a world kickboxing title, then competed in the PFL, did well there, was noted for her knockout power, and now she's making the transition. This is her debut in professional boxing, and she looks a pretty good nick, bit of an athletic specimen, Danny.
I saw her yesterday, and she just looks really calm, relaxed, very confident. I mean, you'd always call her a veteran in combat sports, so, you know, although this is very nerve-wracking for her, she's so experienced, so she's going to handle this well, I think.
Yeah, well, she's made the walk many times before on some very big stages, and here we are here at the Viaduct Event Centre, yet another one, of course, going live from DAZN for the first time in New Zealand. Well, let's have a quick look at
ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 4 2-minute rounds of professional female heavyweight boxing action. It is presented by Sky City. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. She enters the ring wearing black trunks with gold trim, weighing at 82.85 kilograms. Hailing and residing in Kaikoura, New Zealand, she is trained by Grant Khomeini, representing the Mill. She is a seasoned professional fighter of 9 professional fights. Introducing Trish Vaca. And her opponent fighting out of the blue corner, enters the ring wearing black trunks with red and white trim. Hailing and residing in Auckland, New Zealand, she is trained by Doug Viney, representing City Kickboxing. This mixed martial artist is making her professional boxing debut right here tonight. Introducing Jenna Fabian! Fighters to the center ring, please, for referee Andrew Bell's instructions.
Like girls have been given instructions in the dressing room, obey your my commands at all times and protect yourselves at all times, okay? Touch them up and we'll get it on. Thank you.
Are about to get underway. Jenna Fabian fighting out of the blue corner. She's the taller of the two. She is a southpaw. Trish Vaca, right-handed, and she will be looking to get on the inside and put those big mitts to work.
Box.
Round 1.
Fabian starting off strong with that lead southpaw jab. She'll be wanting to stay on the outside, Danny.
Yeah, I'd like to see Trish start early, not to try and, you know, let Jenna start fast early, not let Trish kind of get away as the more experienced boxer in this. I think Jenna needs to stamp her authority with her height, her reach, her power, and you know, just let her know that, hey, this is my first boxing fight, but I'm here for real.
Fabian, she's working with that lead hand there, just looking for the opportunity to deliver that power left-hand southpaw, and there's the first shot.
Nice combination there by Jenna.
Yeah, didn't turn it over, though. Just touched her with the left hand, making Vaca miss, as took that left hook on the shoulder.
She works very strong. I think from what I see early, she's very strong with her right hand, her lead right hand. Nice uppercut there, catching her on the way in there.
Punch up, punch up.
Now let's see how she works on the inside. Just turns her away nicely, guides her with the lead hand. Needs to put a bit of weight on that left hand of hers. Vaca now starting to find her reads, moving her head, looking to try and get on the inside and overcome what is a 6-inch reach disadvantage.
Yeah, you can see Vaca trying to bring her on, counter punch her. Obviously being the shorter girl, she needs to use that to her advantage and let Fabian throw her shots and then catch her coming in.
Fabian turning off nicely. As you said a little earlier, a little bit of Lomachenko style, very much a southpaw thing to turn off and pivot.
Lomachenko's influenced the way so many people train and fight nowadays.
She's just a little bit hesitant with that left hand, Fabian, not really committing to it. Probably throwing it a little high as well against the shorter fighter. Just drop it down to the chest.
I've noticed she's a little bit reluctant to let it go with full pop. She's really working the right side, right hand, but the left hand, her power hand, seems to be a little, she seems reluctant to let it go.
And that may be just coming out of a different combat sport, not really used to relying on that left hand as much. As we go into the towels, she looks pretty relaxed in the corner, Trish Barker.
Yeah, she's cool, man. She's been here plenty of times.
Let's have a listen into the corner of Doug Viney.
Parry your jab and then throw that punch long, and then don't need to get close, just stay nice and long. Okay? Anything close to you, you just use your reach. Just touch with the jab a little bit. Touch it, find your leader number one, and never set up anything else. You can do that, carry one, but just aim low, but she's always ducking down. So once you punch
Eugene Berryman in the corner there. I know he said he wanted her to really sit on that left hand a lot more. Pretty straightforward stuff. Interesting too, the likes of Eugene Berryman and a lot of these coaches who are now coaching across codes as well. Not something we saw sort of 20 or 30 years ago.
Yeah, and it was a real treat for me to come out to City Kickboxing Gym today, mate. Bring my boy Archie out there, and what an amazing atmosphere, what an amazing gym, and just it was an incredible atmosphere there today. So it was great to see the boys.
Yeah, Trish Barker looking to get in early. She doesn't want to let Fabian establish that jab because she's superior. There's a left hand there.
Nice shot inside there too by Fabian. Really nice little clean little crack with the left hand.
Yeah, just if she just turns the knuckle over. Now Vaka's trying to make it dirty. Doug Viney really wanting Fabian to keep it long. If she can catch her on the end of that right jab and just really drill down on the left. She doesn't need to fight that inside game with such a good height advantage.
Yeah, that's the fight. That's the fight that Vaka needs her to do. And, you know, I think if she can draw, if Vaka can draw her into that, it's going to play into her hands. But, you know, I think I'd like to see Fabian turn that knuckle over and really commit with that left hand because she's got such a long left. Ooh, just missed catching her then coming in.
Good control there from Fabian. Nice little jumping Nazim Hamid style right hand. Just leveraging it. Vaka now starting to wind up with her own right hand and digging to the body.
Nice dig to the body there by Vaka and rolling under. A nice left hook there as well on the back foot.
Little uppercut to the solar plex from Fabian. She's just cramping herself though. Just negating her ability to throw combinations just by stepping in. Vaka's reacting though. Gloves are high, but she's reacting to that lead hand and biting on every feint.
It's difficult with the girl, with an opponent, with a girl, guy, any opponent that has such a long reach and that lead hand. Fabian's very good at holding out there, so it kind of upsets what Trish Vaka's trying to do. It really kind of changes the game. So if she can keep that out there, but she's got to follow up that left.
Yeah, sooner or later Vaka will realise she's not throwing. There was that left hand to the body first time, doubling up. I think she just needs to keep her rear leg, that southpaw left leg. It's just sliding around because she's throwing that check hook too often. Perhaps she just needs to sit on it and turn the hip over a little more as we head into the corner at the end of the second round. This is 4x2s in this women's professional bout.
Here we go, nice left hand by Fabian. 2 left hands in a row. Not very powerful, but they landed and they sting. They're just angling, cutting off an angle and then following with a lead right hand, kind of jumping in, lunging in, but it caught her nonetheless. Good body work there by Trish Vaka. She needs to do more of that.
Yeah, she needs to throw a lot more. You could see there just missing with that left hook. Just the reach disadvantage, struggling to get inside on Fabian, who has just the faster feet. She moves a little more athletically.
Yeah, she's way better on her feet, and if she can... She just went with a low left hand to the body. If she can then bring that upstairs from distance, she'll be able to keep Trish Vaka at bay, keep her at a distance and be able to clip her.
Oh, well, we're halfway through the bout now. 4-2s. Jenna Fabian in a professional debut. The girl fighting out of City Kickboxing. Southpaw. Trish Vaka.
Boxing nicely there to start the round.
Yeah, she really established that range well, and that enabled her to land that left hand. And leading with the left hand that time. She's starting to get a little more confidence.
I think she's just starting to settle in now, Mike. She's starting to get a bit more relaxed and just working with that lead hand, the right hand there, and throwing the 1-2 there. boxing from a distance instead of crowding herself, which Trish Barker needs to do. Good left hand there.
Yeah, still not a lot of pop on it. She needs to add some pep to that shot. And I think a lot of that's just to do with committing to the hand, just really having a crack. Be quite good to see her if she can loop that left hand a little bit as well. Maybe just change the trajectory.
Trish Barker's got to change this up. She's got to come forward. She can't just keep waiting for her, especially at distance.
Guys, don't lean against the Gina.
What's interesting is the transition with the clinch work on the inside. Fabian actually quite good at tying up the arms and preventing Trish Barker from getting underway. There was a good left hand to the body from Fabian. Went with the uppercut that time. Ghosts her way out of trouble. Barker not able to counter yet. You can see she's now just flailing away with those counter shots.
Yeah, Barker's just standing flat-footed, just getting picked off. She's got to change. You've got to come forward and try and put Fabian under pressure, because at the moment Fabian's just having a way and boxing really nicely from distance. Kind of doing it easy this round.
Final 30 seconds of this, the third round of 4. Barker missing with that left hook, just looking a little ponderous.
Box on.
Referee Andrew Bell wakes them, breaks them up. Nice work
right
from
there.
Barker there. She just slipped the left hand and really dug into the body.
It's been a solid round for Fabian.
And round 3.
Slowly growing into herself as a boxer, starting to set her feet more. Trish Barker, I think she needs to do something pretty spectacular if she's going to claw her way back into this bout.
And I just can't see it happening. You know, Fabian's looking very strong. She's physically very strong and very imposing. If she can learn to turn that left hand over, like you said, Mike, she's going to have a lot more success, and she's going to need to do that as she progresses in the sport of boxing. Otherwise, she's going to find it very difficult.
Yeah. Let's have a listen to Doug Viney in the corner. Just working on getting that lead foot on the outside. Yep. Very, very fundamental southpaw principle. Get the lead foot on the outside, make the left hand closer, and drill that straight left down the tubes.
Boys very relaxed in the corner there. They're happy with their charge. She's going really well, especially for her boxing debut. It's been a good performance from her. Let's see what happens this last round, Mike.
Fourth and final round. Fabian in the pink crop top. Trish Barker all in black with the Roman gold shorts. Fabian just showing some different looks with her jab. Still not really leveraging. That was a nice little second phase from her. Check hooking her way out of trouble and off the ropes. Back into center ring. Barker moving her head.
I like the way Fabian just creeps. She creeps back and forth and just keeps in distance, gets out of distance when she needs to. Just enough. Oh, good left hand, good overhand right there by Barker.
Yeah, that's probably her punch of the fight. Half taken on the shoulder. Barker, she's starting to slip her head too. She's looking to slide her head outside the lead hand and land that looping right hand.
Get the arms free, okay? Box.
She's
just over a minute to go.
She's got to try and land a home run.
Let it go, Jim.
Well, protect yourselves at all times. I think she was waiting for the referee to break it there.
Don't lean on it, don't lean on it. Break.
I don't know, I think lean part of the game, is it not? Particularly when your opponent's putting their head down like that.
Absolutely, you want to lean on them, you want to push them down and try and take their energy as they struggle to get back up. It's the oldest trick in the book. And Jenna did that very well.
Yep. Again, Barker just missing here. Fabian just slowing down a little bit from her first round. Still showing very good footwork. She's moving well. But just lacking that decent power shot. Really need to see her stamp her authority on this, the fourth and final round.
I think as she progresses, she's going to have to learn to coordinate her hands and her feet together. At the moment, she's just throwing kind of an arm punch with her left hand. She's got to get the shoulder, the hip, the knee, the foot involved in that left hand. Once she gets that, if she can get that going, she'll have good success because she's accurate.
Barker's now just walking it down. Just that right hand narrowly missed, and then she went to the body again. Barker knows she needs to do something special, but too little, too late. Jenna Fabian most likely boxed her way to a unanimous decision. Not a bad professional debut, Danny, against a very game opponent in Trish Barker.
Yeah, she should be very happy with the performance. There's a lot to work on and a lot to learn. But for a first-up performance of the sport of boxing on the big stage against the girls who have a lot of experience, I think she'll be very happy with the performance.
All right, well, we will go to the towels. It'll be interesting to see how the judges call it, but from my books, it should be pretty much a shutout for Fabian.
Yeah, without doubt, Mike. She scored the cleanest shots the entire fight.
Now, of course, coming up shortly, we have a stacked card, a stacked professional card here. Obviously, the main event of the evening, David Nyika, Tom Karpency. But tell you what, I'm looking forward to this Hio Django fight. That's a repeat or revenge fight. And I personally think Django is just such a difficult fighter for a guy like Hio, who's used to being the shorter fighter. And Django's not going to give him any room to breathe. He's going to be right on his chest.
Particularly coming off that great fight on the Lomachenko-George Kambosos undercard, where he fought Joe Goodall and had Joe in trouble at stages. It was a very good fight.
Yeah, Joe really pulled his victory out of the jaws of defeat. It was a very, very late round survival effort from Joe Goodall. So looking forward to seeing that fight later tonight. That will be going live on pay-per-view DAZN for the first time in New Zealand. The global home of boxing, of course, at DAZN, and we are broadcasting right here from the Viaducts Events Centre on the David Nyika Road to the Titles. Just waiting for the judges to tally the scorecards. Lieutenant Dan Hennessy is Joe Parker. Of course, he's co-promoting tonight along with Noel Thornbury, and of course, David Higgins, the man who took both Jeff Horn and Joseph Parker to world titles. Great to see big-time boxing back here in New Zealand, Danny.
It's awesome, mate. This venue looks spectacular. It's a great crowd, great atmosphere.
All right, looks like they are just about to get the result announced.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for these two female warriors. After 4 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores the competition 38-38 draw. Judge 2 scores the competition 36-40 blue corner Fabian. And Judge 3 scores the competition 38-38 for a majority draw.
Danny, not the result I was expecting. How can you get one judge score all 4 rounds to Fabian and the other 2 scoring it 2 apiece? It seems a little bit strange to me. And I don't think Vaka, to be honest, landed much of authority. In the absence of her landing power shots, I cannot see how she would have taken that fight.
Fabian, without doubt, won that fight. I'm very shocked.
All right, Kara has Trish Vaka ringside.
How do you prepare on such short notice?
Just get your head down and do the mahi that needs to be done within a week. Yeah.
Were you surprised that it was a draw? How did you feel in there?
It's boxing, so I felt awesome in there. I felt really good for 4 rounds, so yeah, I could.
Well, congratulations. There was no winner, there was no loser, and awesome for you for getting in here on 1 week's notice.
Yeah, boxing, it is what it is. You either love the sport or hate it, but I continue to love it no matter my record. I'll still get in the ring and do my best.
Well, congratulations, Trish Vaka, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's fair to say it is a stunned Viaduct Event Centre here in Auckland. A majority draw between these two incredible warriors, it must be said. Junior Farr, you've been watching this one. I think everyone in the room felt like Gina had done enough to win this fight.
Definitely. I mean, no one likes to draw. I was watching the fight with great intent, and I felt that Jenna done what she was supposed to do. She kept it long, she fought at her range, and whenever Vaka tried to get close, she would just close the gap and just clinch, and she done exactly what she needed to do to win. That's what I thought.
Danny Green, you've been obviously watching ringside, commentating the fight. We're all as stunned as you are, but you've got to say, massive credit to Trish Vaka. She was clearly the underdog coming into this fight, but she went the distance and she got at least part of the result tonight.
Oh, absolutely. As I said before, I have a lot of respect for people who take fights at such late notice, and she hasn't had a great deal of success, but I disagree with the judges. I'm not sure what they were watching. Maybe they haven't dinner at that stage, but without doubt, Fabian won that fight. It was a great, valiant performance by Vaka, but Fabian definitely won the fight. I think she won every round.
Yeah, Jenna Fabian, I'm sure, will not be thrilled with the result, but did we see enough of a performance from her tonight, Junior, to suggest she's got a future here?
I think so, because she kept things very, very professional. She played to her game. She kept things long. She used her right hand a lot, her jab hand, and she frustrated Trish. Trish couldn't really get too much off because Gina was either too far out or too far in.
All right, well, we're through 3 nights fights here on Fight Night at the Viaduct Event Centre. A reminder, if you want to catch the rest of the program, including, of course, the big one, David Nyika up against Tommy Karpency for the IBF crown, please make sure you head to DAZN.com, DAZN.com, and make sure you buy the pay-per-view. We are looking forward to a huge night for David Nyika here tonight. Of course, the local boy come good. So much pressure, so much expectation on this young man here tonight as he launches his road to the title. In a homecoming bout, he's the one they've all come to see tonight. We caught up with him in his home away from home at Gatton.
He's been a sparring partner for Tyson Fury, the heavyweight champion.
I want to take everybody's belts off them. I want to be the only one with all the belts. I've worked with the majority of the guys holding those belts, and I feel like I've got the goods to strip them. I've kind of cemented my place here in Gatton as Dave, as the nice guy.
Set up is at Nyika, 6 off. The nice guy is a fitting nickname, but all that goes out the window when the bell rings.
I had 98 fights as an amateur, 85 wins with 13 losses. As a professional, I'm 9 fights, 9 wins, 8 knockouts. Long may that O stand there, the blessed O. I didn't really have any intentions of living in Gatton.
When he first came to Gatton, David actually did say to me, I've put all my eggs in this basket. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to win the World Championship.
Come on out, come say hello. Your mates today. Come on. This is Olaf the Brave. This is Kevin. Keeping things simple is really important because my brain can go off in a million different directions. Come on, Kevin. Don't do this to me. Kevin, don't do this to me. Kevin, you know the score. This is like Karate Kid, isn't it? Boxing's been the only thing that's been consistent in my life. We've got this perfect ecosystem right now where I have happy chickens, happy eggs, happy Dave. I just don't like them being in our garden because they eat. I'm trying to grow veggies and stuff, and they love broccoli. When you come into a new town, it's quite liberating. You're able to be whoever you like. You can kind of choose your character. Favorite birthday present? From my girlfriend, from Lexi. Pretty neat, eh? What do you reckon? Come on, man. Gatton, baby. We're in Gatton now. Queensland now. We're in a blue car, damn it.
It's very, very easy, laid-back lifestyle out here. It's perfect for training camp. It's a very, very close-knit group. There's nice big hills to run up and down, and you can just concentrate on what it is that you're trying to achieve.
Smile and be nice, baby. Get him, baby.
Open that bad boy up. Tell me what you think. I've got such a loving and supportive crew around me. Getting to know the Thornberrys and being looked after as well as I have been, it made it very hard to kind of leave what felt like home.
I'm going to get a little bit emotional here, but I know about 80 to 90% of your faces here today. I know you, I know you, I know you, I know everybody here. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, coming together is the best thing that's happened to me.
It's become a family affair, and obviously being so involved with the family now, I have a massive role, not just in my relationship with Noel, but with his daughter and with his sons. These guys have a rich history in boxing. I feel spoiled, and now I'm in a position with an opportunity to take Noel's dream a step further and also bring his boys up through the ranks.
Put yourself in range and let your hands go. Don't wait. Don't wait for the perfect punch.
Oh! Oh! That's 3 in a row.
When he came, I had no work ethic. I had a little bit of talent, but I didn't work hard at all. But yeah, that's completely improved. He's been pretty motivating for me.
Give me that lead hand.
Time. Jump out.
Make the big man move.
Jumping cast.
Oh, cast as well.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Dave's definitely improved our gym ethic a lot. He's made me a lot more confident and outgoing.
Save me, Noel.
Thank you, Dave.
Born of Noel. You guys are hard work.
My father first started boxing way back in the 60s. He was one of Australia's premier fighters from the period 1968 to 1971 when he suffered permanent brain damage. He was rushed from the ring. He was in intensive care for 6 weeks and suffered brain stem damage. When I was a kid, all we had in our house was boxing books. So I never read comic books. All I did was study boxing, read boxing and live boxing. I didn't have a trainer because Dad didn't remember anything about the sport. He didn't remember us kids. He didn't remember Mum, his marriage, none of his childhood days, none of his boxing days, which he still doesn't remember.
Everybody always asks me, like, are you scared when Dave fights? Are you scared? And I would be, usually, but I'm like, he's really good, so I'm not really worried. Like 80% of the people he's fought have not made it the full rounds, so.
Coming up 35-second round 2 then. It's over, don't worry, this fight will be over, he's gone.
By the time David had gotten here, he'd only had 2 professional bouts and he'd stopped both opponents in the first round. People don't realise what a transition it is because you've got to go from throwing everything into almost every shot for 3 rounds and getting as much cramming as much into 3 3-minute rounds as you possibly can, which is, by professional standards, a sprint, to now adapting to 12 rounds. 1, 2, 5.
I probably would have kept trying to take people's heads off if I didn't have Noel. I'd still be trying to really nail people, you know, so.
I was never about changing his style because this fellow is one of the best fighters in the world. He's a bronze medalist in the Olympics and a 2-time Commonwealth Games gold medalist. For me to go in there and say, OK, I want you to change your style to suit my training style would be madness.
It was more just reorganising the way I approach boxing.
Lead hand coming out there.
Yeah, coming out, yeah. Okay.
Yep, and then just turn it into a 3-2.
Yeah.
That'll work nicely.
Especially head off dinner, yeah.
Yep.
Messing my feet up.
Yep. Good. He's already world class. We're just putting polish on the rough stone and turning it into a priceless gem.
G'day, mate. Come on. So Shawnee's over from New Zealand. We got him over to make sure I'm not taking any shortcuts in training. So
I'm actually not sure what we're doing today.
I'm excited, man. There's an assault bike in there, so we're ready to rock.
Sean and I started working together after my first gold medal at the Glasgow Commonwealth Games in 2014.
10-second max effort, 30-second max effort, 60-second max effort, 3-minute max effort, and then 20 minutes max effort.
Having spent as much time with Sean, I'm starting to understand he's always been in it for the long run, you know?
Davey, I've got you doing just a pulse raiser to raise a sweat.
You don't come across those types of people very often, but they're special people. He's the longest standing member of my team.
We worked together when he was an amateur fighter, and we were creating a different kind of athlete at that point in time. So now it's about learning what it's going to take to produce the kind of fighter that Noel and Dave ultimately are seeking.
Here we go. Come on, Davey, come on, come on. Come on, mate, come on, louder, louder, louder.
I'm coming into my physical prime. My athleticism, my ring IQ, my ability to adapt to adversity. That's just the start, eh? Every decision to go harder and go further has led to me succeeding. I know what it takes to become a household name, and I'm doing everything that I can to make that possible.
That's grimy work, eh?
My full potential, I'm starting to get glimpses of it, you know? Definitely become a world champion, but beyond that, I could do so much, man. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I've got amazing people around me. I feel very, very fortunate with the hand I've been dealt, and now it's up to me to keep pulling the trigger.